Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So I know, you're looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail, and you're like, what the hell is this guy on about? Well, I'm going to be talking to you guys today about a kind of, I don't want to say theory, well I could say theory, that I personally have, that in this game, Luigi could possibly die.
ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
So what do I mean when I say Luigi can die? I mean, he's been able to die in the past two games, but I don't mean like that. I mean in the fact that Luigi can probably turn into a ghost. Now hear me out on this one. I am going to be referring to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate trailer where Simon Belmont got revealed, and I'll be pointing to certain things about that trailer that gives me this theory. So I want to start off with my perspective of how I viewed that Smash trailer. Because when I saw that Smash trailer, really, I thought immediately of, oh my god, Luigi's Mansion 3. And what made me think of that was the newly designed Poltergust in that trailer. If you guys have been on this channel long enough, you already know that when I saw that, I was like, that's gotta be a hint towards Luigi's Mansion 3. And I was completely right. So before the Luigi's Mansion 3 reveal trailer happened in September, there was that month period where I was really wondering, is there going to be a Luigi's Mansion 3? Is it real? Is this newly designed Poltergust the actual Poltergust from Luigi's Mansion 3? And turned out the answer to all those questions was yes. You know, that was really Luigi's Mansion 3. That was really the Poltergust. So, you know, it really, it gave me a little bit of information that Luigi's Mansion 3 was going to happen. Had that trailer not been the way it was, like, had Luigi not been in it, or at least his Poltergust wasn't in it, then I would have been really surprised by the Luigi's Mansion 3 at that direct. Or in that direct, sorry. But, nevertheless, it happened. So, here's where my theory comes in. Right? So, one thing that happened in that trailer was Luigi using a plunger to shoot the mummy. And in my eyes, when I saw that trailer, I said to myself, okay, cool, that's a funny little thing, a little comedic gag that they added for the trailer. But lo and behold, when Luigi's Mansion 3's reveal trailer came out, there has been a confirmed piece of footage where Luigi shoots a plunger from his Poltergust via a move that the Poltergust can do. And to me, that's like, oh wow, so that's actually a move that Luigi can do in Luigi's Mansion 3. He can actually use the plunger to shoot at a ghost. I'll talk about how I feel about the plunger move in another video, but part of my brain is going, and again, here comes the theory. What if how I viewed the plunger, I viewed it as a comedic gag for the trailer. What if that same thing happens with the ghost Luigi that comes at the end of that trailer? And what I mean by that is that I saw the plunger as a comedic gag, but it became something in Luigi's Mansion 3. And I'm thinking that same thing might happen with this Luigi's ghost thing. I have a feeling that Luigi, at some point in Luigi's Mansion 3, can turn into a ghost. Do I think it's super likely? It's possible. Because of the fact that I think that Nintendo needs to make this Luigi's Mansion 3 way different, I think, than even the first one. You know, I love the original Luigi's Mansion to death, but I think, to make this game really work, that it has to take things from both games and new stuff and make it its own thing. Make it stand on its own as being a great game. And I hope that Next Level Games, who's probably developing this, I really hope that they take that opportunity to make this game really unique and really special. So now I'm going to get into my own personal opinions about how I would feel if this Ghost Luigi thing is a reality. So firstly, I want to say, do I think it will happen? I want to answer that question. Do I think that it's even remotely possible that Luigi could turn into a ghost in this game? Yes. However, there's gotta be certain things about it to make it work. I feel like if this is a very fine line, if Next Level Games does this and like really uses this ghost Luigi in this game, they have a thin line to walk on, for me personally, to make this a good feature. Firstly, they have to use it cleverly. I think that it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you can't just be Luigi and float around as a ghost. There has to be some certain mission that EGAD sends you on. Like, maybe if you're a ghost, you get the respect of some of the other ghosts, and maybe, like, you know, you can go room to room and do certain things. You know, maybe you could do that. You know, just something like that. And this is where the other thing comes in. It shouldn't be a main part of the game. If Luigi can turn into a ghost, it should not be part of the core gameplay. I think that it would change what Luigi's Mansion is too much. Because obviously we know Luigi's going to be using his poltergust. And if Luigi's a ghost, he ain't using that poltergust. It wouldn't, you know, due to physics, it wouldn't stay on his back. You know, or unless there's a ghost poltergust, which would be kind of counterintuitive. You know, to be a ghost and capture a ghost. So I think that if Luigi was, like, turned into a ghost for one mission or something, or there was something where Luigi did turn into a ghost and had to return to his body, you know, in a certain amount of time, you know, or like let's say there was a blackout, you know, and like Luigi was sucked out of his body, you know, and let's say you're halfway up the tower mansion thing and you have to work your way back down and avoid all the ghosts. That could be a really cool, fast-paced mission. You know, doing that. Going down from, let's say he's on floor 10, and he has to go down all the way to floor 1 to the main lobby of the hotel and avoid all the ghosts in his way. And, you know, let's say each ghost does 10 hits of damage or 10 points of damage. He'd have to avoid being hit by ghosts 10 times. Like, he can't be hit 10 times. So if something like that were to happen, where there was this frantic mission where Luigi had to return to his body on the main floor, but he was on the 5th floor, first of all, that would represent a really dark tone in the game, which I would love. I don't want this game to be like I say, like Outlast, Resident Evil scary, but I want some genuine creepy atmosphere in this game. I really do, and I think a lot of people agree with me on that. So having Luigi be a ghost, separated from his body, and he needs to race from like floor 8 or whatever, all the way down to floor 1 to get back in his body, that would be really cool. But more than once would ruin the charm. It cannot be done more than once, or twice at the most, and they would have to be very far apart from each other. I personally, it's like one of those things, anything done more than a certain amount of times just becomes repetitive. Like in Luigi's Mansion 2, the Polterpup missions were really cute at first, but then they got old really quick. That's the thing with the Portrait Ghost. In the original game, each one was different. You tackled each one differently. Some, you had to suck up the food and then avoid any fire being spit at you. Some, you had to light candles in the hallway and then avoid being chased by him. There are certain things that each Portrait Ghost did differently. If Luigi's Mansion 1 had no Portrait Ghost and was just the same common ghost in every single room, it would not be as fun, in my opinion, as it is. Personally. And nothing in the original Luigi's Mansion, besides the going room to room, is really repetitive. I mean, it can get repetitive, like I said, he's sucking up all the ghosts, but that's a gameplay thing. It's not like Luigi's Mansion 2, where, like, every single mansion, Polterpup steals a key, or steals something, or other ghosts steal, like, pieces of a windmill, or pieces of a like, crank thing in the wall. You know, like, it's not repetitive in that nature where you're doing certain missions, what seems like over and over and over again. You know, at least Luigi's Mansion, you're opening up this giant mansion, and each part of it kind of feels unique in its own way, with the ghosts that you capture, the portrait ghosts that you meet, you know, the elements and how you use them. So there's really a lot of things from the original game that make it more unique and not as repetitive, and that's also along with the short length of gameplay. Alright, I kind of got a little bit off track there, but what I'm saying is that if they make this Ghost Luigi thing a gimmick that they use multiple times throughout the game, I think it could ruin the charm. I think it's something that should be done once and only once, maybe twice. You know, maybe twice. Maybe, like, if they use it once, you know, once during the actual game, like, in the game, and then at the final boss, there is a section where you become Ghost Luigi, that could work. But during main gameplay, I think it would take away if they did it too much. It would take away from what makes Luigi's Mansion. But I do think, like, as much as I don't want, you know, them to overdo it with this, like, if they do end up doing a Ghost Luigi, I still think that it does have the potential of being really cool. It could add a new element that doesn't seem way too, like Luigi's Mansion is supposed to be a spooky type game. And I think having a Ghost Luigi for certain parts would be really, really cool. Like I said, it definitely shouldn't be a main focus of the game. There shouldn't be multiple parts of the game where Luigi becomes a ghost. And it definitely shouldn't be an ability that Luigi can have where he can just turn to a ghost. I think that would be completely pointless. But having certain missions, like I said, where maybe King Boo, you know, or someone like knocks the soul out of Luigi's body and takes his body somewhere, and Luigi needs to be a ghost and avoid all the other ghosts. I think that could be really, really cool, but done in moderation. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I love doing the Luigi's Mansion 3 videos for you guys. They're lots and lots of fun. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.